Hey everybody, I got a little video here wanted to make you aware of. It's a new Charles Manson recording. I went and called it an interview. It's him talking to somebody that he knows, I guess, and the person he's talking to records it. This is the first one. This is a newer one, I think. I'm pretty sure. It was uploaded September 23rd. It says 2012. I haven't heard it before. I know he was in solitary confinement. A 77-year-old man was in solitary confinement for, I think, 9 months, almost a year. So he must be out now, and he's talking to people again, and they record his conversations. And he's still the intelligent individual he was before that didn't commit any crimes. You know, so I mean, it's a really good recording here. I'll play a piece of it for you real quick.
A child born and left on his own to figure it out for myself, which there are a lot of me nowadays. There was a guy named Jesus who was born without a father, and he was born without a father, and he figured it out. And when he figured it out, he figured Caesar out. Caesar was supposed to be God. And when he figured God out, then everybody thought he was a god. He wasn't a god. He just figured out what God was. When you figure out what God is, you figure that it's just a word, and that knowing is the real God, and perception and perceiving. So what happens in this race that we begin, only the truth will endure. The lies will fade and die sooner or later. So as
Recorded call is from an inmate in California Correctional Facility.
With a group of what you think is other people, and they all melt away by selling out for money and lying and cheating and doing all the deception and deceiving things, which is okay. I mean, you know, they only do it to themselves anyway, so most people don't really know what eternity is, and they don't know what their soul is, and they don't even know they have an eternity. So they're born to die before they even know it, and they don't count for nothing anyway. But
Alright, so there's that. That's pretty cool. I'll put the link in the description area so you can go watch the whole thing, listen to the whole thing. Some other news going on here. I guess the other night after Alex Jones's rant on CNN, the next night there was a bunch of people. Buzz Bissinger from the Daily Beast, he's a sports columnist. I guess he called for Alex Jones to be shot. Out of the same mouth, he was saying that why would anybody want a semi-automatic weapon? Why would anybody want a semi-automatic weapon? I mean, he kept saying it over, and then he goes, she basically says Piers Morgan should take him up on a boxing match and bring a semi-automatic and shoot him. Listen.
The whole debate is reaching dangerous proportions. Last night, Alex Jones debated Piers Morgan on CNN. Tonight, all they can do is talk about the reaction, and on Piers Morgan's program, they talk about they hope Alex's children don't die. Now, Alex was sitting at home with his family and children. They were freaked out and terrorized by those comments, but the program went on to even more outrageous points. Buzz Bissinger, a sports columnist for the Daily Beast, chimed in and said that he thinks the only reason for a semi-automatic weapon is so that Piers Morgan can go in the ring and, quote, pop Alex Jones with that weapon. And then all the guests go on to laugh about it.
I don't care what the justification is, that you are allowed in this country to own a semi-automatic weapon, much less a handgun. But what do you need a semi-automatic weapon for? The only reason I think you need it is, Pierce, challenge Alex Jones to a boxing match, show up with a semi-automatic that you got legally, and pop him.
I'd love to see that. In uniform.
I'll borrow my brother's uniform.
Now, without a doubt, this was a veiled threat. But just imagine if Alex Jones or anyone else made these comments, they'd be arrested immediately, and yet here they are saying them with impunity. Remember, there's been threats against NRA board members, you name it, in the past. These authoritarians don't want peace.
Yeah, no, exactly. On one hand, they say ban the guns, and that's why. So they can go around popping anybody that doesn't agree with them or doesn't do what they say. As long as you're a good little serf, you won't get popped, I guess. But anyway, so that's that. That's about all I have right now. Oh, I wanted to make a comment about this Django thing. I'm not going to pull up the article, but I guess Spike Lee said something about boycotting Django, the movie about slavery, and they get one of the slaves go around killing a bunch of white people or white people, whatever, peach pigmented people. But I guess he said that it would be a dishonor because to see the movie because it was like made like a spaghetti western, and it would be a dishonor to see it because it was a Holocaust, And my only comment to that is, tell that to the Native Americans, Tell that to the Native Americans. How many spaghetti westerns were made about that Holocaust? And that was a Holocaust. Babies got thrown on the side of the road. They hung them up and let dogs attack them. They infected them with smallpox. So tell that to the Native Americans. Then he goes on to say, I guess he had a problem with Quentin Tarantino about how many times he used the N-word in one of his movies and said, what does he think he is, an honorary black man? So what, now to be an honorary man, you have to be, your pigment of your skin has to be dark, and your ancestors have to have evolved a pigment to block out certain rays of the sun in order to be honorary? Come on. And so that's my comments on that. Till next time. Well, don't forget to go to my blog, reddawnpost.com, Facebook and Twitter, /Red Dawn Post. Take care.